Good morning, everyone. We're back at virtual preschool again for another week. And let's see, and I am very glad that you joined me today for circle time. Let's see what day of the week it is. So the last day of school we had was Friday. Yes, so Saturday, Sunday. So today is Monday. Yes. So let's move that rainbow arrow up to Monday. There we go. And look up here. We don't have January anymore. We have a new month. Does anyone know what the month is now? Yes, it is February. And let's look at our little February sign here. It has some hearts over here. It has a mailbox with some cards in it. There's a cute little birdie up there. So what holiday do you think comes up in February that has to do with hearts and sending people cards? Yes, Valentine's Day. That is right. Valentine's Day is coming up this month. That's so exciting. So let's go ahead and start our numbers on the calendar. Now, today is actually the first day of February, so we only need to put one calendar piece up today, and it will have the number 1 on it. And the picture today is hearts. So we'll have another pattern for this month too, but we don't know what's going to come after hearts yet. So number 1 with hearts on it. So today, so let's say our whole date. Today is Monday, February 1st, 2021. All right, let's look at the weather. So look out your window to see what the weather is like at your house. Is it partly cloudy, cloudy, sunny, windy, rainy, stormy, or snowy? Now we need to take a little step outside your door to feel what it feels like outside. Does it feel burning hot, hot, warm, cool, cold, or freezing cold? And remember, you can also have your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa look up what the temperature is today, and that will help you determine where on our little thermometer we would pick for today. All right, so last week we talked all about safety. This week we're going to be doing 2 different themes. The first one is Groundhog Day, all right? So Groundhog Day is coming up this week, and it is a special holiday that people like to celebrate this time of year. And so we're going to read a book about it. Now, my book was just a little too big to fit in my mystery pouch, so I had to hide it behind the mystery pouch this time. So let's find out what our book is. Okay, so look on the front. Does anyone know what animal that is? Yes, it's a groundhog. So this is called Groundhog Day, and this is going to tell us all about the holiday called Groundhog Day that is coming up this week. Groundhog Day is celebrated on February 2nd, so that's tomorrow. Some people believe that on this day of the year, watching groundhogs can help predict when spring will come. When will spring begin? The date of February 2nd is about the middle of winter. Old stories say that if a groundhog sees its shadow on this date, there will be about 6 more weeks of winter. Those stories also say that a groundhog doesn't see its if a groundhog doesn't see its shadow, spring will come early. Groundhog Day grew out of old customs and beliefs. Some ancient peoples celebrated a spring festival in early February. Many people cleaned their houses and the area where they lived, getting ready for a new beginning, the new spring season. Then, about 1,500 years ago, people in Europe began lighting candles in the early spring for a new religious celebration. This practice coincided with the older observances that celebrated the end of winter and the beginning of spring, right? So we're in the season of winter right now, and the season of spring is the next season. So they're celebrating that. People had always thought that they could predict when spring would come by watching animals. They believed if a hibernating animal awoke from its sleep in the beginning of February and saw its shadow, there would be several more weeks of winter. Now remember, a hibernating animal is an animal that sleeps all winter. We already learned about that, remember? If the animal didn't see its shadow, spring would come soon. They watched animals such as hedgehogs, bears, and badgers. When Europeans were coming to North America, some settled in Pennsylvania. They brought with them the tradition of predicting spring by watching animals. Many groundhogs lived in this region. Groundhogs are animals that hibernate. It seemed logical to choose groundhogs to predict when spring would arrive. Early in February, people watched groundhogs to find out whether they did or didn't see their shadows. This custom became a yearly celebration in many places, including the town of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. In 1886, Clymer Fries wrote in the town newspaper that February 2nd would be called Groundhog Day. So here's Pennsylvania up here. You can look on a United States map and find it, and there's Punxsutawney, where Punxsutawney Phil lives. In Punxsutawney, the special groundhog is always called Punxsutawney Phil. There have been many Punxsutawney Phils. Every year on February 2nd, thousands of people show up at Gobbler's Knob, just outside of Punxsutawney, to find out if Phil will see his shadow. High up on a stage, Phil is kept in a burrow under a fake tree stump. Town officials are also up on the stage. At exactly 7:25 a.m., that's the morning, Phil is taken out of his burrow. Everyone cheers. Now, this is something you can watch on TV or stream online. I'm sure there won't be a ton of people there this year because of COVID, but I would imagine they'll probably still be pulling Punxsutawney Phil out. So check that out, see if you can find it. If Phil sees his shadow, winter will be longer. If he doesn't see his shadow, spring will come sooner. The officials make it look as if Phil whispers to one of them, whether or not he has seen his shadow. It's all pretend. Sometimes Phil is right. Other times he is wrong. Lots of people think Groundhog Day is fun. A groundhog is a furry rodent. It is a mammal that can weigh between 5 and 10 pounds. It usually grows to about 20 inches long and has a short tail and short legs. Many people think a groundhog is cute when it waddles around. Like other rodents such as mice, squirrels, and beavers, groundhogs have large front teeth that grow continuously. To help, can you imagine if your teeth just kept growing and growing and growing? That'd be weird, wouldn't it? But that's what a groundhog's teeth do. To help wear them down, groundhogs gnaw on, bite, and eat twigs and branches. Their diet also includes leaves, flowers, and berries. Groundhogs are found in parts of the United States and Canada. They live alone in burrows that they dig out with their sharp, curved front claws. Some burrows can be as deep as 6 feet and spread out more than 30 feet. So this is the groundhog's burrow. Since they are prey to many animals, that means other animals eat them, groundhogs stay close to home, usually near one of the entrances. See, there's 2 entrances. one of the entrances to their burrows. When outside their burrows, they may sit up straight with their front paws held tightly against their chests, eating and watching for any signs of danger. You can see the groundhog sitting that way. So look at this. This groundhog has different areas in his burrow. That's the toilet chamber. Here, I'll put it up closer. There's the toilet chamber where it goes to the bathroom. Isn't that funny? Groundhogs have their own bathroom. A hibernating chamber, that's where they sleep. A nesting chamber, that's probably where they keep their babies. A food storage chamber, gosh, that's kind of like a refrigerator. And a sleeping chamber. That's where I guess that's where they normally sleep, and where they hibernate sleep is over here. When danger is near, groundhogs make a sharp, high-pitched whistle to warn other groundhogs. Some of their natural enemies are wolves, foxes, and birds, such as hawks. So those are animals that would eat them. During the summer, groundhogs eat as much as they can to increase their body fat. In the fall, they go into their burrows to hibernate through the cold winter months. Throughout the winter, their fat provides nourishment to keep them alive. To save energy, their body temperature drops and their breathing and heart rate slow down. In some parts of the United States and Canada, groundhogs poke their tiny noses out of their burrows during February, about the middle of winter. Male groundhogs look for female groundhogs around this time, and they mate. About 30 days later, the females give birth to their litters of tiny, blind kits. In the northern areas, all this happens much later. For the first month, the mother groundhogs take very good care of their young. When the kits are about 1 month old, they open their eyes and begin to crawl about. Look at, they're cute, aren't they? When the young groundhogs are about 2 months old, they are able to leave their mothers to dig their own burrows. A new generation of groundhogs is ready to care for itself. People enjoy Groundhog Day. Sometimes children draw pictures of groundhogs, have snacks, and play games such as shadow tag. People read stories to children about Groundhog Day. Punxsutawney Phil is the big star. People wait to find out whether or not Phil will see his shadow. There are other famous groundhogs too. Often gardeners and farmers think groundhogs are pests because they eat their vegetables. Other people think groundhogs are good at tilling the soil when they dig burrows. Even though groundhogs are not native to every region, people all over the United States and Canada celebrate Groundhog Day. All right, so, boy, that book had a lot of information about groundhogs and Groundhog Day, didn't it? So, let me show you what we have today. In your packet, you have a little groundhog craft that we usually do here at the preschool. You have a groundhog, and you have a black piece of paper. So this is a shadow craft. We're going to make the groundhog's shadow. So the first thing you're going to do is just color your groundhog. I'm just going to quick color him kind of brownish here. I'm not really doing my best coloring because I want to do it quickly. All right, there we go. So then what we're going to do is you're going to put a little bit of glue on the top of the groundhog's head on the back. On the back top of the groundhog's head. I'll put some up there so you can see. There's my glue. See, right up at the top. Then I'm going to... got some on the paper. All right, then I'm going to stick my groundhog's head there down to my paper. See that? And you don't, so only put it on the top because you don't want to glue down your whole groundhog. You want to be kind of flap up like that. All right? Then if you have some chalk, that would be the best thing to use. Either sidewalk chalk would work too. So So I have a little piece of chalk. You're going to hold it on its side. You're not going to hold it like a pencil. You're going to hold it like on its side like you would make a leaf rubbing. You're going to hold your groundhog down on the paper and rub around the groundhog with your crayon. Now this is going to make a groundhog shadow. Oops. Okay, so that is what it looks like. Now, if you want to see your groundhog shadow, you're going to just lift up your groundhog. And there is your groundhog shadow. All right? So that is the little groundhog shadow craft. We also have a goofy groundhog game. All right, it has a place to put your name. So let's see here. I'll just use a little red crayon. Write my name. Miss Mika. Now, this also comes with your die. Your die is not put together. It's on a piece of paper. You have to have your mom or dad cut it out and help you to put it together. All right? So you're going to shake your die carefully because it's made out of paper. All right? Whatever is on the top is where you're going to color it in. So mine ended up being a trapezoid groundhog. So I'm going to find the trapezoid groundhog on here, and then I'm going to color in one of the rectangles. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to keep rolling my die and coloring in the correct spot until one of them reaches the top. And whichever one reaches the top is the winner. All right? So that is how you play that game. All right. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see some of you today at 10:30 for small group. Don't forget, if you're in a new small group, make sure you come to the right one. Tell your mom and dad to check their email if they're not sure. All right? So see you all later. Have a great day. Bye.